Chapter 9. Embrace the Unknown. Cato remained petrified while all around him preparations were being made for the feast later that evening. His mind was in turmoil, filled with countless thoughts that passed by too fast for him to get a hold of.
What the hell was that supposed to be?
Aisha's voice sharply cut through the chaos inside his head. He turned around and stared straight into the golden fury of her eyes.
Master Aisha?
He said, still heavily disconcerted by the whole situation. Luckily, he remembered the proper etiquette just in time and finished his greeting with a courteous bow. She was having none of that nonsense and smacked him to the back of his head as he made his way down.
Quit your shit, Kay! What was that all about? Why did you volunteer?
He bounced back up with a wince.
What do you mean? I thought I made myself pretty clear back there,
he said while rubbing the sore spot on his head.
Everyone else may be fooled by your showmanship, but the Cato Knight I know doesn't willingly put himself in such dangerous situations. Tell me, what do you stand to gain from it?
Huh?
She gave him another slap, to his arm this time.
Don't you dare me, son of Abyss! What the hell is wrong with you today? You seem different.
Different?
Different.
She shifted her eyes to the side and folded her arms.
Absent, occupied, distracted, as if there are other places you would rather be.
Cato put his hand on her arm.
Is it me you are worried about, or the success of the mission?
She flicked his hand away.
You're an idiot.
Be that as it may,
He parried with a wide grin.
you do care about me.
Duh.
Lady,
He said, sternly pointing a finger in her face.
if I can't you, then you most certainly have no right to me. Those are the rules.
Fair.
She chuckled and then laughed.
So what's the deal here? I don't believe for a minute that you of all people would want to go to Doriva. You hate that place.
Hate that place.
He repeated while nodding thoughtfully. He sucked his teeth and turned his head to the side. Cronus Metalung stared back at him from the other end of the belly with a glass of wine in his hand and hostility in his eyes. Cato scoffed and turned back to Aisha.
I think I'm going insane, Ace.
She responded with a blank stare, not hearing anything new.
I haven't had a good night's sleep in weeks. The dreams are starting to affect me.
She rolled her eyes and heaved a sigh.
Dreams? Not this again.
At this point, I don't even know if I should call them dreams anymore. They're more like visions, hallucinations, or perhaps even fantasies.
He retreated into his thoughts and absently stared at Aisha's features without even being aware of it.
No, not fantasies. Illusions, then? Illusions!
He raised his head and feverishly looked around.
Where is Caius? I need to find...
Aisha snapped her fingers in front of his face like a cracking whip.
Focus, Kay, you're prattling again. Just take a deep breath, all right?
She puffed up her chest and annoyedly urged him to mimic her motion.
Good.
She sighed again and grabbed his wrist with a patronizing smile.
Now talk to me without sounding like some dipshit drunk. I've had enough of that already for one day.
He gave her a quizzical look and eventually smiled back, weakly at first, but with more conviction after a short moment.
That fucking guy!
He turned to Cronus again and raised his glass. This time, the master scoffed and bared his teeth.
I had a dream just now.
He said after taking a sip of his wine.
Just now? When?
During the gathering. I don't even remember volunteering for the mission.
Right.
Aisha looked confused and somewhat concerned.
Didn't we already agree that dreams are just dreams?
This was different. Felt different.
Cato held his eyes on her for a while without saying another word. His entire demeanour shifted to a starless night in an instant.
Fine.
She reluctantly said and folded her arms again.
What did you dream of?
He remained silent for a while longer. No words would come to mind. It was as if an unseen force prevented him from speaking up.
The twins? Did you see the twins again?
Cato finally averted his gaze.
I dreamed of darkness,
He said quietly.
and in that darkness dwells a demon.
His eyes slowly slid back to her, now cold and empty.
He has found me.
What does that even mean? He? He? Who?
Cain.
He answered dryly. Saying the name out loud seemed to relieve him from a great deal of tension. He took a deep breath to further reinforce his composure.
He called himself Cain.
Aisha frowned. She didn't understand what he was talking about, but decided to go along with his ramblings.
And what does this Cain want with you?
He shrugged.
Don't expect me to take you seriously if you keep up that attitude.
Truth is, I don't know how to answer your question, Ace. I really have no idea who he is, what he wants, or how I am related in any way.
Well, have you talked to the old man about this?
No, but I will.
Kay.
I will. I just haven't found the right opportunity yet.
You better get to it before leaving for Deriva. You can't let yourself get distracted by whatever nonsense this is.
He scoffed, drained his drink in one go, and handed the empty glass to a passing servant.
Are you really that worried about the mission?
You are such an insufferable idiot.
Naturally, but I'm not worried about Deriva, and neither should you. It's probably a dumb misunderstanding or just bad intel. I mean, what reason does anyone have to stir the pot right now? Peace is good for everyone. There isn't a single nation in the realm that would benefit from conflict.
Just promise me you won't do anything stupid.
She said, knowing that he understood exactly what she meant by it. He smiled and put his arms around her waist. The fabric of her robe was soft to the touch, and just delicate enough for him to feel the details of her body.
You look beautiful tonight, Lady Aisha.
She automatically responded by wrapping her arms around his neck.
Are you trying to change the subject, Lord Cato?
I am.
You should know by now that flattery doesn't work on me.
And you ought to know that I'm a slow learner,
He said and started shuffling his feet. She followed his lead without giving it any thought.
What are we doing, Kay?
He placed his forehead on hers and closed his eyes.
We're dancing, my lady.
People will think we have lost our minds,
She said, but didn't stop swaying her body.
That is only because they can't hear the music.
He leaned in for a kiss and was welcomed by the comfort of her lips. They continued dancing to the imaginary tunes in silence for a while. Many eyes in the belly were cast on them, but neither of them cared.
You are good to me, Ace.
She put a finger to his lips and slowly shook her head.
Don't ruin it.
He cupped her finger and guided it to his chest so that she could feel the rhythm of his heart.
Why aren't we a thing?
A thing?
You know what I mean.
She shrugged.
Is this really the right time to talk about us?
Seems as good as any to me. After all, I am about to embark on a perilous journey.
Please take it seriously.
Her voice turned sharp. She withdrew her hand and folded her arms.
You know I care for you, and we do have a lot of fun together.
She paused and snorted.
The past few years have been great. Can't we just leave it at that?
His music stopped in an instant.
Why don't you say what's really on your mind instead?
She seemed agitated by that insinuation, but managed to remain dignified and placed her palm on his cheek.
We enjoy each other's company, Kay. We have fun together, and I truly value our friendship.
He flicked her hand away and snickered. The conversation went in the complete opposite direction than he intended, but already got himself in too deep to withdraw now.
I'm not looking for friendship.
She was taken aback by his reaction and suddenly became acutely aware of the dozens of eyes that were cast on them like hungry vultures, circling and waiting for a wounded animal to die.
I am a master of Onira, Lord Cato.
She said icily.
We were never meant for each other.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
He muttered in disbelief and glanced around, suddenly hearing the whispers that sounded like a snake pit. He didn't know whether to be angry, disappointed, or just upset. And rather than to remain indecisive, he chose to welcome all negativity at once with a cynical laughter.
So that's it then? The orphan soared too high and bumped his head on the ceiling, is it?
Do not twist my words, Lord Cato.
She whispered harshly.
I've said all you wanted me to say for now. This is neither the time nor place to speak on such private matters. I refuse to be made part of some kind of stage play. We can talk more later, elsewhere, with less audience.
Don't bother on my account, Master Aisha. I obviously spoke out of turn and never meant to upset you. Please accept my apology.
He said loud enough for those around him to hear and forced himself to give her a courteous bow so that neither of them would lose face in the eye of the public.
I should have realized someone of your standing deserves someone better,
He added in a whisper that was only meant for her.
Kay, that wasn't what I meant.
She said, but he already strode off to the entrance to get some fresh air. He was almost at the door when he felt a set of bony fingers clasping his wrist like a talon. He turned around, half expecting to see Aisha with a change of heart, but froze when he stared into the glassy old eyes of Hana Gallowworth.
Would you allow me to borrow a moment of your time, Lord Cato?
Master Hana.
He answered in confusion.
I was actually just about to head out.
Please, Lord Cato. It will only take a minute.
She held him firmly by the wrist. The strength in her grip made it impossible for him to have a choice. She guided his palm onto hers and held out her other hand. She murmured a few words he did not understand. The lines in her open palm started to squirm and wiggle like earthworms in the dirt. Her eyes lit up in a flicker when the lines finally stopped moving.
What did you do to me?
Cato felt ill at ease, but never made an attempt to reclaim his hand.
Hush!
The elderly master said. She held her eyes on her palm and shifted them from side to side as if reading a book.
There seems to be a change in your destiny, Lord Cato.
A change?
His thoughts fluttered to Aisha for a brief moment, but he already figured that wasn't what Master Hana meant.
Would you be so kind as to tell me more about it?
She smiled and allowed him to take back his hand.
I'm afraid that wouldn't be wise, Lord Cato. To see one's destiny is to surrender one's life. In light, we see death. In darkness, we find ourselves. Embrace the unknown.
Her words twisted his face into a frown. Similar things had been said to him before.
Do you happen to know someone by the name of Cain?
He didn't know why he asked her the question, only that he was very much compelled to do so. Her smile never wavered.
Do not resist, Lord Cato. No one escapes their destiny.
She gave him a slight nod and turned around. Cato was left alone with his thoughts, utterly dazed and confused. He shifted his eyes to the spot where he and Aisha were dancing not too long ago, but only found a few servants preparing a table for the feast. He sighed and turned to the entrance. Both Aisha and Master Hana were right. He did need to talk with his master. About his dreams, about his destiny, about Cain.